Do you remember these? Of
I
course
do.
not. From yesterday?
No, I do. Well, only because he just had what?
The 1.5?
Yeah. So we had to like go back and look at them. And
But this is the one right here.
it looks like a woman's handbag.
Hey, look. It's not your turn to talk shit yet, okay? Let me just give the review first, all right? Calm your tits.
Oh!
Yo, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today, we are taking a look at these bad boys right here. This, my friends, is light done right. It's the retro of the Adidas Adi Zero Rose one. This is a shoe where I've wanted these since they first dropped. This specific colorway too, by the way. But this is the model right here where I was injured. I was coming back from injury. I tried the Rose. Remember this? I think I was in Foot Locker, Valley Fair, Santa Clara area. I don't know if that still is a store. I've heard that it's gone now. I don't know. But I tried these on, the black and red ones, side by side with the LeBron 8 black and reds, because they released right around the same time frame. And you know, I was younger then and I couldn't afford every shoe to test and all that stuff. Thanks to you guys, we are able to do that. Thanks to our Discord community members and all that stuff, and everybody that watches and supports, we're able to do what we do because of you guys. So it's really cool that, I mean, 10 years, it's been wild. But I remember trying them on side by side. I was like, I'm taking the LeBrons, because the LeBrons were mad comfortable. And these felt like I was sitting on the floor, and they still do. Now, when they re-released the 1.5, I thought it was weird, because I've never liked that model. I just think that they're ugly.
Well, you also aren't huge on in-between models.
Yeah, I've never been big on in-between models. I think that they're so dumb. Although sometimes they work out just fine.
Hopefully.
Well, are you talking about on court?
Yeah.
Oh, these are gonna be a banger.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Stay tuned for that review, by the way. It's coming soon. But anyways, these guys right here, I just have always liked the overall look of the shoe. I thought it was always really unique, especially at the time, because nobody was doing stuff like this. This was in the lightweight era of sneakers. Adidas had one of the most killer campaigns. The shoe was ass, the original Crazy Light, but that shoe's ad campaign was so dope, where they were taking competitors' shoes in the ads and literally cutting them to make them weigh the same as what the Crazy Light did whole. They cut Kobe's, they cut everything, man. It was nuts. But these guys released during All-Star Weekend. Thank you to Adidas for providing these, by the way, because I was ready to buy these. I had money ready. I was PayPal ready, if you will. I don't know if that's really a thing anymore. Do people say that still? Or is it like Venmo and Cash App?
Just take my money.
Right? But anyways, I was ready to buy them and they gave them to me anyway, so I greatly appreciate it. I've already played in them, so excuse the crumpled, but they looked great when I did the B-roll shots. Now, what this shoe offers is what they used to call light done right, and it's very similar to the old Crazy Light shoe, the models of the time, where they were built on a chassis, a real lightweight external chassis. So instead of having everything be internal so you can't see it and wrapped up in leather and synthetics and all that stuff, they just put it all out there, and they were one of the first to do it. It was really cool. So it's hard to see on this colorway because everything blends in together because it's all monochromatic. Is that what it's called?
That's how you do it, Jordan. Every color on there matches. I'm saying for the Jordan 12s, they can't do it, but look.
Yeah, no, they did a good job.
All the plastics and I don't know, is it real leather?
Hell no.
Okay, all the fake leathers, they all
I know,
match.
even the patent matches.
Yeah.
Just hella shiny. I love these, man. These are such a killer shoe. But these guys right here are built on what they used to call the sprint frame. And the sprint frame is the heel counter, and it goes all the way to the midfoot section underneath the foot. And then underneath where the toe box is and where you would flex, that's all open. So you can, you know what I mean? Like, super flexible, all that stuff, but you would ride on this, it's basically like a car frame, you know what I mean? Like you would ride on that platform, and that's pretty much what would keep you mobile, stable, and secure. And then underneath we have what they call Puremotion. Puremotion is kind of like a derivative of Adidas's original Feet You Wear stuff. So the Feet You Wear, if you remember from the old EQT line or what Kobe used to wear and all that stuff, it was like big, bulby pods. Did not feel great underfoot, but they were really flexible. Puremotion feels, like the name states, a little bit more pure, a little bit more, I would say refined, but just more natural, because you're sitting way down on the floor. Like what you see is what you get. Like these are mad thin. There's like no cushion in these things. Some people actually attribute this to Rose's injuries, but that was not the case. This is actually great for a player like that, just that they do move so fast and they play so much and they stress out their ligaments and all that stuff. You can only put pressure on something so many times before it breaks. It's not the first time that we've seen this, by the way. We've seen this with many players like him as well. I'm just glad that he was able to rehab fully and get back out on the court, because he's been killing it lately. I love Derrick Rose, man. I think that guy's awesome. Now again, the Puremotion setup right here is supposed to be natural and fluid, so you're able to get all of the structure and support you need underneath the midfoot and back, with all the flexibility and mobility you need all the way up front. The outsole right here is what they called cilia traction surface. And this stuff I think is super weird because it works really good. The funny thing though is that you can feel these underneath your feet because it's a different texture and a different kind of like pattern than the rest of everything. So the majority of the pattern is these little weird nubs. And what happens is all these little tiny fingers are there, right? And then you flex and they move with your foot. It's so strange. It doesn't look like it would do much of anything. And those little weird nubby finger things, man, every time you move your foot, you never have like a lack of contact with the ground, which is sick. But that's where those little blue pods come in because they're not like that. They've got like a wave bone pattern in there, and that's where you can feel the difference between the two. So sometimes when I'm flexing in these, at least off of the first night, there was a little bit of a, not a slip, just a hesitation because I could feel like the difference in the grip. And then what was really cool back in the day is that because D Rose was so fast, that's what they did right here. And so it was like when he'd blow by you, boom, that's all you see, Adidas logo. Super smart. Now the midsole is comprised of EVA, which is Phylon, if you're in Nike terms. It's as basic as it gets. I believe there was like an Adiprene Plus like pack in the back, like a little circle or whatever. That's typically what they did back then. Can you see that little blue circle?
I can see it.
You can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a little blue circle underneath there, and basically it's a little cutout in the plastic sprint frame, and they have just this little pad of extra foam because these are firm as like, I'm not gonna front or anything. Like, again, there's no cushion in these things. This is like the Kyrie before the Kyrie.
Oh, I was gonna say like firmer than Curry's.
Yeah, actually, this is the shoe that kind of gave precedence to a Kyrie or a Curry. There are players that love court feel and stability over mush and cushion. Now, it does start off firm. It will break in over time, but I'm still working on that, so stay tuned for the performance review. If you're a player that likes this kind of setup, a real stable shoe where you feel fast and all that stuff, then this is gonna be great for you. If you need cushion, just stay away from something like this. You're not gonna get it out of here. And then the materials are all synthetic on these. They changed that for the 1.5, like I was saying earlier, where they had kind of that sprint skin. These guys are just all synthetic everything. The inside, I believe, is different than the original. I don't remember it being canvas, but I probably just don't remember. I don't think that these look identical to the original either, but I could be wrong on that too. I thought that the original was all patent leather.
Then it was even uglier back then.
I really like these though. Now the tongue is something that's interesting. This is one of the aspects that they were trying to tell stories with, because all of these little weird design things were different and they all say something different, or there's like a hidden message inside of all of them. I don't know what they are. I don't really care either. I just think that it's one of those things that's cool if you like it and cool if you know about it, but if not, don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with performance. And then these guys right here on the sides, I can't remember what these are for, because these line up with the eyelet. So I don't know if you can feed the laces through and then it's supposed to keep your tongue in place, or back then, some people still wear them, but it was called the speed wrap.
Oh,
you remember that
yeah,
thing?
I do.
I can't remember if it was that you can lace the speed wrap through here. I don't think that's what it is. I think this is for the laces, but I could be wrong. I just know that that's what the GeoFit collar was all about, so that you can wear an ankle brace with these, because Derek is all about protecting his ankles and stuff. Even now, he still wears the same things. It's super weird because he's never really had major ankle issues except for in that Crazy Light shoe. That shoe's just dangerous. It's not a good shoe. And then the GeoFit collar right here is just something that's super interesting. It's kind of like puffy and all that. It's supposed to like really mold around your ankle or whatever might be in there, because again, it was made for an ankle brace. It's super cool because it reminds me of the Jordan 20. You know how they got the strap right here, but then they also had that weird by itself strap. So it's like that. So you can wrap that up there, and it does do a good job just kind of keeping you sucked into the back of the shoe and stuff, but it also is mostly placebo because it's all so, like, you could take this whole thing, fold it in, and that's essentially what you're playing in. This looks dangerous, and it would be if it didn't have that extra eyelet, because that extra eyelet, again, that's right here, is the thing drawing you into that heel counter, which is true ankle support. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I actually went down half a size because I went true to size on the 1.5 retro, and while the lockdown on that shoe is incredible, so it still worked for me, there was just a little bit of volume above my toe. I wish that I had gone down half a size, and that was a shoe, including this one, where I never actually owned the original, so I didn't know how they fit. So these guys, I just decided just to go down half a size. My toes are right at the edge, so I probably could have gone true to size, but once I started breaking them in and everything, they just felt like a glove, and I like how that feels, and so to me, it was cool. So what I did, again, I went down half a size. If you wear a brace though, I would definitely go true to size, just because that will bump you a little bit in the back. Did you want to come in here and talk some
It'd be my pleasure.
Oh, okay. So I hear that you think these are ugly. Is that what
There's
it is?
just so much to say. We have this handle.
This is true.
They look like
iron.
They look like Minion shoes. And I actually, though, did like that you compared the frame to a race car, because I think it's the colorway. It just reminded me of.
Every one of these, that's what that line is for. the way that the chassis is built and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
I just feel like this is more of a car looking shoe than even say the 14s.
they look like a Ferrari but a sneaker. And then you have the Adidas, the Kobe, and the Kobe 2s, where they literally took the Audi and turned it into a sneaker, where you're like, why did you do that?
I was thinking about that back there, that these look like they could fit inside of those Kobe shoes. If you peeled back all the layers,
This
that's
is
what you
what's-
would find.
That's essentially what Sprint Frame was all about, though. If you were to pull all these layers off of a shoe, this is what the internal main components would be. It would be a heel counter, it would be a shank plate. What they've done is they just combine the two, because most of your flexibility needs are up here, not back here. This is where you really need. This is something that I wish that they would use on shoes still, because it was so good.
Having it externally.
Not just externally, just the amount of structure and support on there. It was so great while still allowing pure mobile movements and function on a floor, especially in today's world where there's a Giannis shoe with no torsional support and you can really like fold shoes up in half. This, you only can really fold it right where you need it, which is all right here. All of that support despite having such a minimal upper. But anyways, these guys right here, they're kind of available, but they're like the 1.5 Retro, like unattainable.
I feel like we've been over that with his shoes in general. The 10s were really hard to come by.
To get, honestly, I'm kind of like tired of, because it's like that was never a thing, limited. And now that he's got like this resurgence of his career, everybody's like interested in his footwear again, and Adidas is like slacking on the demand. So, which is understandable, just because before the shoes go to clearance. So you can't fault them for that. They don't know what's going on when it happens. Like they have to adjust. How quickly you adjust is up to each brand. New Balance winning. Winning.
Or it's not the Kawhi, because now there is a Kawhi.
Yeah, the Omnis shoe
Yes.
or whatever, where you win a championship. It took how long? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Under Armour's done it too, where it's like the kid won MVP twice back to back. Where's the pack?
But hey, let me drop a bunch of shoes in his favorite candy and other random
know.
stuff.
So strange. I just hope that they make these a little bit more available for everybody, because I think these are awesome as far as basketball shoes are concerned. Again, this is like before the Curry, before the Kyrie. This was the shoe that was that low sitting shoe where you're just like, you're on one. Let us know what you guys think about these down below in the comments section. Are you a fan of this shoe? Are you not? Also, just in case anybody's wondering, this shirt is available over at Phenom. I almost forgot. People been hounding, dude, and everybody's gonna ask before they even get to this part of the video.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, they do take phone orders and they will ship internationally and stuff, but you gotta call them. If you want a pair, or not a pair, but if you want this shirt, you can check them out. Sorry.
If you want your boobs, that's basically what you did.
Yeah, if you want a pair. If you would like one of these shirts, this is the only colorway of the tee that I know of, but there's also the hoodie, the UNC to Shy. I think they are gonna take limited pre-orders. I also don't think that they've announced it.
So go follow them on Instagram so you can know when it pops
so don't
up.
quote me on that. But anyways, that takes care of everything. Let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Sorry for rambling, and until next time, guys, have a good one.